Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Breath of Life Masterclass. Tonight we're doing some transformational breath work. I appreciate you all for being here, for showing up for yourself. It says a lot in this time and age. And basically, my name's Caleb Wilson, and I just want to let you know how I found breath work and what kind of got me into this. So I got into breath work basically just to get me more comfortable surfing, get more comfortable in big waves and shark infested waters. And I thought it was going to get me good at holding my breath. And I got someone else coming in here, just let them in real quick. And I thought it was just going to be helping me to get to be more confident holding my breath. Turns out that was just the tip of the iceberg. I had no idea what I was getting myself into and how deep this actually goes. Basically, I started realizing that I could use my breath to control my emotional state a lot of the times, where I could start doing this breath work, and instead of going down a rabbit hole of fear, I was able to clean my fear up, as I put it. I was able to get the thoughts out of the way and just purely ride the stoke and the adrenaline and the cortisol that was coming up in my system, and just to use that to go play rather than falling into a state of fear, or thoughts are coming in that were just taking me down a path I didn't want to go on. This is very important, obviously, for surfing, because I don't want to be in a place where I'm out there having negative thoughts that are just causing me to surf worse and potentially bring something to me that I don't want. Just a second here. Someone else is trying to get in. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so here we go. Back at it. So like I said, I was able to pull myself out of a state of negativity and clean my fear up. Basically get myself to a place where I wasn't having negative thoughts that were pulling me down. I was actually able to clean that up and just use that adrenaline, that energy, and just use it to play at a peak performance level. And I just started finding I could use it for just about anything. Like if I was public speaking, I just do my breath work and boom, I was just cleaning my shit up. Or if it was just subtle uncomfortableness or anxiety or something like that, I could use a breath work and just get myself back presence really quickly. Like they have a 90-second rule they talk about in breath work, where you can just literally do coherent breathing for 90 seconds and pretty much clean up your emotional state relatively quickly if you can stay with the breath. It's like a consciousness anchor is the way I like to see it. So I was doing these breath works, and it was kind of weird. It was like an intuitive knowing, I would say, when to do it. Anytime I felt fear, that was just this switch, okay, boom, I got to do my breath work. But then I started having these beautiful downloads or epiphanies, or these great ideas would come into me, and just downloads of love. I started getting a lot of just beautiful visions, or just ideas, and just they came with this feeling of love and peace. And I just started obviously leaning more towards that, going more towards that instinctively. And I started researching it more, because obviously it's what is going on inside of my body? This is super powerful stuff I'm figuring out here. And I just started opening up the rabbit hole. There's so much stuff about how powerful this is, scientifically proven, what's actually happening in my body, the ability to access your autonomic nervous system, upregulate and downregulate your sympathetic or parasympathetic nervous system, which is connected to your immune system. So you can literally make yourself healthier just by breathing. Like I said, you can breathe yourself through emotional states, transmute trauma. That's what we're going to be doing here tonight. And so basically, I was finding that this breath had so much more power in it than I actually realized. And the more I learn about it, the more it's just absolutely blowing my mind. And so I was getting relatively deeply into it. And then my father died. And this was kind of like a changing point, like a fork in the road for me, I guess you'd say. So he got sick with COVID, and he was in the hospital for 4 or 5 days before he passed. And once again, instinctively, I knew that I just needed to do this breath work. And I had this belief at the time that love could possibly save him, because I'd seen love be a catalyst for change and healing and potentially only thing that could save him basically was what I thought it might come to. So instinctually, what I did was I knew I had to get out all the negativity, all the trauma that I had around him inside of myself. So that's what I was doing as he was dying, those 5 days he was in the hospital. Like I was just doing my breath work and just finding every single thing about him that I judged him for, or any negative situation we had together, and just using my breath work to like clean it up, and just until I found like a place where I could just love him. There's nothing in me but pure love for the man. And I was doing a lot of this, like four or five breath sessions a day, probably just going in there, just cleaning myself up, just going in and just finding anything I could and just getting rid of it and getting it healed and just letting it loose, letting it free. And this breath work is doing that. I didn't even know the science behind it yet. I just instinctively knew to do it for some reason, one of those things. And then, yeah, so he did die. But literally the day he was dying, as he was passing, I did this like crazy long, hour-long journey where I just went for it, like the last ditch effort to save his life. Like if he was going to be saved, it was going to be from me doing this breath work. It's like what I was thinking. So I just gave it my all, just completely surrendering to the isness of the moment. Just because just basically what this breath is doing, you're just surrendering to the isness of the moment by getting your mind out of the way and just breathing into what is happening, what you're feeling inside of yourself. And so that's essentially what I was doing without even knowing it. And as I finished up my breath work, like the last breath hold in the very last round, I just had this beautiful image of this tree of light come into my mind. And I could see it stretching from the beginning of time to the end of time. And there's this outstretched branch coming towards me. And on the tip of the branch was this grouping of leaves. And I knew that all the leaves on the tip of that branch, the representatives of my entire family. And I saw my dad's leaf wither and drop. But then when I would look back up towards the leaf that had fallen from, there was still a silhouette of light right there where it had dropped from. And instantly I knew in that moment that that entire tree was essentially, it was all of life in the universe, present, past, and future. And it was pure love, pure consciousness. My dad hadn't died. He'd just gone back to the source of pure love, pure consciousness. In that moment, I went back with him. Like I became one with that tree of life with him. And I saw that we were just like expressions of that life being just born out, stretching out into the universe, just taking over more space and time and space. And just this feeling of love and peace just washed over me, like somatically, from like the head down all the way to the body, all the way down to my toes. Just like, it just felt like this warm wave of love and peace that just washed all the way over me. And I just started crying. Like it should have been like the most horrific moment of my life. Instead, it was like one of the most beautiful, peaceful experiences I've ever had. And that was obviously from that moment on, it's like, okay, there's something to this, and this is what I got to be doing with my life. So that's why I'm sitting here in front of you right now. And then, yeah, so if that wasn't enough, about 2 months after that, I was feeling a bit of like this imposter syndrome, like, because I had already made the choice that I'm doing this with my life, that I'm going to bring this medicine out to the people. And I was having this imposter syndrome of like, yeah, I'm not good enough. I'm not qualified for this. I have a high school education. Like, how could I possibly like bring this out into the world and actually make an impact or a difference? And I just had this instinctive knowing, once again, just do my breath work. So when I did my breath work, at the end of my breath work, that same feeling of just euphoric love just washed over me. And it just said to me, love qualifies you. Love qualifies you. That's it. That's all I needed. And it was, yeah, only qualification I need, obviously. So I'm still getting certified, but that's just basically for me just to make myself more presentable and hopefully reach people in a better way. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. I know it's a bit long, but kind of give you an idea where I'm coming from. So what we're doing tonight is a transformational breath work, it's called. The theme of the journey is forgiveness and self-love. something that this world could definitely use a bit more right now. And it's kind of been a journey modeled after my own personal experience. So I've got a lot of my heart in this, basically all my heart in this right now, because this has been my whole journey, what I'm going through. All this stuff I'm going to be saying to you guys later is something that it's come through me, that I've lived through my experience. It's really changed and affected my life. So hopefully it does the same for you guys. So right now there's like an epidemic in the world. If you haven't noticed, like 85% of people deal with low self-esteem right now. That's insane. If you think about it, that's absolutely mind-blowing. 1 in 2 women feel more self-doubt than self-love. Like, obviously this is time for a change. So that's why I'm putting this out here. Hopefully help some people with the same thing that I've been going through. This is why breath work is important, because it can create a way to create rapid reconciliation and healing in the mind and body. If we can just take like 90 minutes out of our day to like create a nice safe space to clean up shop, basically, we can give ourselves the permission to release trauma, stress, tension, negative emotional charges, and overwhelm that we carry around inside of our bodies and our nervous systems. Like, we don't even know it. It's just, we're carrying around this baggage with us all the time. We can give ourselves permission to release all that. We can go deep into our psyche and receive clarity and insights that normally we wouldn't get because we're just too busy running around. We can reflect on old events without being triggered by them, because we're going to be in a different state of mind, literally. So it's just going to be, we're going to be able to watch it for what it is and just see it and let it go. So what is transformational breathwork? Essentially, transformational breathwork is a conscious connected breathing practice that helps to gain access to the subconscious mind, release trapped emotions and traumas, and helps to rewire the brain. So the analogy I like to use for this, it's think of like your nervous system as like a soda bottle, and all the way around the sides of the soda bottle are these little bubbles, and those bubbles are like your trauma that are trapped in your nervous system. Well, basically this breath work is just like tapping the bottle on the side, so all that trauma is going to come up to the surface. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight, just doing this type of breath work that just gets all that shit stirred up, shaken loose, and then we're just going to let it go. So breath work is a somatic healing modality, contrary to psychosomatic. So psychosomatic, I'll talk about that first. So psychosomatic, that's basically like, psychology, going to see a therapist or a shrink. It's like a head down healing, like you're talking about your problems, like you're going there to basically try to word what you're feeling and what you're going through. The problem with this, well, not a problem, but the issue with this is that sometimes you don't have the words to describe how you're feeling. It can take a while to process things. Also, a lot of times our bodies have natural defense mechanisms to keep us from feeling that pain. So we can't even get there if we wanted to. It just takes too much time to just go through all of this. So that's the beautiful thing about breathwork and somatic healing, because it's a body up healing. Like, you're literally going to be going into your nervous system, finding the root of the shit there, ripping it out and setting it free. So it's a body up healing from the roots of the issue. You have access to your unconscious beliefs and patterns, suppressed emotions, fears, phobias, and stuck energy. Somatic energy release with words and images. Sometimes it'll come up, like I said, like words and images, and sometimes there'll be no words at all. Like, you literally just be feeling your body shaking or sweating, something's happening, and there's energy being moving, and you won't even know what's coming up or out. Or other times it'll come with just like this memory that you didn't even know was in there, some trapped trauma that you've had in your, when you're a child that you just haven't thought about because it was too painful to bring up. And it'll just come up and you'll just see it at a distance, and like, there it is. And it could be triggering, or sometimes it just comes with like a feeling of love that just envelops you, and you see it for what it is and you just let it go. It's different for everybody. So just try and keep an open mind when we go through this thing. Don't expect anything, just be open and go all in is basically my best advice to you for this. So also, our breath is one of our body's natural ways of processing and healing traumas and emotional states. So I don't know if you guys have read the Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. He talks about ducks in there, and how when ducks get in a fight, they go their separate ways and they flap their wings vigorously. What they're doing is releasing the excess energy that built up in the nervous system from the fight. So basically, that's what we're doing right now. We're going to be flapping our wings, metaphorically speaking, with this breath work. Exactly, right there. You got it. So that's another reason why this is so powerful, because you don't need to even know what's happening. Literally, your only job here today is just to breathe and get out of the way. Just go all in. That's your only job. The intelligence of the body is just going to take over. It knows what to do. It's infinitely intelligent. It knows where to go and what to heal and how to heal it. Your only job is to breathe and go through it. So how you breathe is how you be, basically. You can't separate thoughts, feelings, and emotions. It's like a trifecta. What you think is how you feel, is how you breathe. So if you notice you're in an anxious state, how are you breathing? Shallow and up into your chest. And if you're in a calm state, how are you breathing? Nice and slow and low and mellow. It's pretty self-explanatory. So a lot of the times when we're triggered, we have the thoughts that come along with their trigger, because as neurologists say that every thought has a chemical component attached to it. And that chemical from those thoughts creates the emotion that makes it even stronger, and it starts a cycle. And then you start breathing that way, and it's just this downward spiral. So it's hard to like stop your thoughts or your emotions, right? Especially when we're in that triggered state. But you do have a lot of control over how you breathe. And once you start breathing in a different way, you force your body to breathe, to start feeling in a different way. It's not immediate, but it will happen. Once again, a 90-second rule. The more conscious breaths you can take, the more you can bring yourself back to a centered state and just be watching your triggered state rather than falling into it. So, see, where am I? So the power of the breath is magnified when we use it consciously and intentionally. And that's something else we're doing tonight. We're going into this with the reason. Also, the reticular activating system, or your RAS. So this is pretty interesting stuff here too. So it's a part of our subconscious mind, the RAS. It's basically the billions of bits of information that are happening outside that your subconscious is picking up all of that. And the RAS is filtering it down to like the most important things to you. For example, like if you're thinking about buying a type of car, you start seeing that car everywhere. Or you've just had like a newborn baby, you can like hear the baby crying down the hallway with like the radio and all kinds of other distractions, but you can hear that baby because your RAS is picking it up. So that's great. It's a beautiful attribute that we have. Unfortunately, when we have past traumas, like for example, we got beat by a stepfather when we were a child, and he had a beard, and he wore like a certain kind of cologne. Anytime we smell that type of cologne, or we see that guy looks similar to him, we're going to be triggered unconsciously. We're not going to know, because our RAS is going to pick that up, and it's going to, because it's important to us. It's going to keep ourselves safe. So all of a sudden, we're going to be triggered by this situation that has nothing to do with reality, but our mind is wired that way to keep us safe. So that's what happens. So this breath work is actually going to help us to reprogram our RAS as well, reprogram that part of our subconscious to start picking up things that are important to us, like where love is coming from and where peace is coming from, and in experiences that are experiences we want to be having and experiences that we do not want to be having. So, like, once again, our only job today is just to breathe and to get out of the way. I can't say that enough. I'm going to keep saying it, because you'll see once we get into this, sometimes it's not as easy as it sounds. So the importance of feeling safe. The safer you feel, the more you're going to push yourself. It's important to know that you're the captain of your ship. You got to get familiar with the controls of your ship so you know how to push your limits and actually lean into the discomfort. So first thing here, so mouth is gas and nose is brake. So you're breathing through the mouth, you're activating your sympathetic nervous system. You're gassing. Basically, that's fight or flight, like activating. That's what we're be doing tonight. And breathing through your nose, that's what's slowing you down. That's activating your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest recovery. So anytime you're feeling like you're coming up against something that's scary or too gnarly, or it's like, or you're just, some other symptoms are coming up, I'll be talking about here in a bit. If you're feeling like it's too overwhelming, it's too much, you're the captain of your ship. Start breathing slow through your nose, slow LSD breath, slow, deep, and slow. So we'll be doing a little bit of tonight too, just so you kind of get a feeling of all your controls, all your gas and your brake. Yeah, so by breathing through the mouth, we're going to activate our sympathetic nervous system. This is going to be basically shaking up all this loose energy, all this trapped energy inside of our nervous systems, getting it up and getting it out of us. And your intention is going to be your steering wheel. So we'll be talking about that a little bit here too. So yeah, like I said, slow and low through the nose if you want to back out, come out of the technique. But I suggest I'm be trying to coaching you to just push through it, to just gas through it, because you're completely safe. You are in complete control of your entire journey and experience today. So if you feel you need to pull yourself out, once you kind of feel safe again, just jump right back into the technique. Just come right back on in. So this is probably like one of the safest healing modalities out there. No one has ever died doing breath work. There's been very, very few negative situations that have come from breath work. They did they did a study on holotropic breath work. It's like a 12-year study with 11,000 patients, like in the psych wards. And there was 0 negative side effects from all of that over a 12-year period. In fact, many experienced life-changing trauma release, healing, forgiveness on all levels, self-love, and recognition with the oneness of cosmic consciousness. It's like, it sounds like it's a pretty safe thing to get into, right? So also I want to talk about big T's and little T's. Pretty common terminology in psychology. So big T basically is like a big trauma, like you saw someone die, you were beaten or raped. Those are big traumas. Small traumas are just like you said something stupid and you felt embarrassed, or you got in a little argument with a coworker. These are all traumas that get trapped in our nervous systems if we don't process them properly. And most people don't. We're trained to just push it down, don't feel it, especially men in our society. Don't show emotion, just push it down and keep on acting like everything's cool. Nothing affects you. So if you come up against one of these traumas, you're going to come up against basically like a blockage, like a bioenergetic block, they're called. So basically that's when you'll start noticing that you're starting to like unconsciously come out of the breath, or you're like holding your breath, or just like breathing really shallowly. So it takes a lot of awareness to catch yourself doing that. That's why I suggest having yourself on camera so I can see you. If I can see like how you're breathing, I'll be able to like, hey, pick it up over here. Come on, into the belly, up in the chest. Let's go. But if you don't feel comfortable on the camera, that's fine too. But just letting you know, it's something to be aware of, to be paying attention, because you're going to be in a different state here pretty soon. Once we get into this breath work, like you're going to be in a level of theta, or even delta. Like you're going to be in a completely different state of mind. So it's going to be easy to kind of lose track of where you're actually at sometimes too. So where are we at here? So I'll be coaching you to push it. I'll keep you on camera. Okay, so in case you come up against a big T, in this case, you have 2 options. Option number 1 is to gas through it. Just keep breathing through your mouth. Just go right through it. This is what I'm be coaching you to do, because I know what's on the other side of this. This is healing on the other side of this. Second option is to break and pull out. And there's no shame here. Maybe it wasn't today. Today wasn't your day to go up against that dragon. Maybe you battle that dragon next time. So there's no shame, no judgment. It's just listen to your body, basically. Your body is infinitely intelligent. Your body knows what to do. If your body is saying don't do it, don't do it. Listen to your body. But differentiate between your body and your mind, because your mind is going to be telling you all kinds of things like, don't do this, get out of here, do something else. This is not important, and blah, blah, blah. So let's see here. Yeah. So you want to be as comfortable as possible. Obviously, laying down on a bed is ideal, or a yoga mat. You want to have your head flat on the ground or flat on the bed, and like a pillow underneath your legs, something like that. You want to have your head flat on the whatever surface you're on, so you can keep your airways nice and open, nice full breathing. Something to cover your eyes as well. This is a full internal journey, so the least amount of distraction, the better. There's a possibility of passing out during the breath hold. It's very rare, but it can happen. And obviously, if you pass out laying down, it's pretty much the ideal place to have passed out. So that's a great reason for that. Once again, remember you are safe and in control, more so than perhaps you've ever been. So Three important elements to talk about here. So first one's physical. So a lot of tingling and numbness can come up in the fingers and toes, maybe dizziness, uncomfortableness. This is all good signs that you're getting the trauma kind of shaken free, getting it loose. There's a phenomenon called tetany. So this is probably going to be the scariest thing going to come up against. It's totally safe. Once again, it's totally safe, but it's a symptom of exhaling or not having enough CO2 in your system. So basically the 70,000 miles of blood vessels in your body are going to be constricting. So it's going to feel like cramping. So you get like these like T-Rex claws, like your hands are actually start clawing like this. And it can be uncomfortable and even painful sometimes. So if you come up against that, and I'm going to be coaching you to just keep breathing through it. Just lean into the discomfort. If it gets to the point where it's like painful, then just start slowing your breathing down a bit. And if that still doesn't work, then you can like use the brake pedal. You slow and low through the nose to kind of back on out again. But once again, when you go through it, it'll probably take a minute or two before that goes away. You get through it real quick. Just come right back into the breathing. But I'm going to want you to like just lean into that discomfort because it's going to get uncomfortable. It's work. It's what it is. It's what I call it breath work. So you're going to have to lean into it a bit. I'm going to be kind of pushing you to go that way. So it's totally safe. You're not going to get stuck like that. It's literally after you do this breath work, it'll go away pretty much instantly, but just something to know when it comes up so you don't get too scared about it. It's totally natural. Like I've gotten it so bad where like my legs are cramping, like I was like almost crying from the pain, but I just kept pushing through it because I can't take you guys, I can only take you guys as far as I've been. So I wanted like, okay, I'm going all the way to see what this is like. And it was pretty painful and pretty gnarly, but it went away within like 2 minutes. So it's just part of it. So it's from basically gas exchange from lack of CO2 in your blood. It's totally fine. You're gonna be plenty of oxygenated. So it's not like it's bad for you or anything. It's actually a beautiful part of this process. And I'll explain a bit more of that later. So if the tetany, basically, it usually happens when you forcefully exhaling. So that can make it worse. So ideally, when we're doing this breath work, we're just going to let the air fall away from us. We're not going to be forcefully exhaling at all. It's completely relaxed exhale. All the work is on the inhale with this breathing exercise. So yeah, the deeper you breathe, the deeper, more powerful your experience is going to be. So it's all about depth over speed with this. Like we don't want to be going fast. This is not a hyperventilation breath. This is a deep breathing exercise. We're gonna be picking up the speed, but we wanted to focus on depth over speed for sure. So self-modulation, like once again, you guys are in full control of your experience. Like you have all the controls at your hands, at your fingertips. Remember, slow, low, and deep through the nose to come out, and just breathe deep through the mouth to gas it. You're in the driver's seat. You're the captain of your ship. Let the infinite intelligence of your body take over. It knows what to do. Your only job is just to breathe. Literally, just breathe and get out of the way. So mental. So this is your mind's going to come in and it's going to try and get you out of this. It's going to tell you that you need to go pee. It's too hard. Not now. Adjust your microphones. All the BS that the mind comes up with. It's going to try and pull you out of this because it's trying to keep you safe. It's trying to keep you from going where you're going. It's just ignore the mind and come back to the breath. Just keep coming back to the breath. Use the breath as your consciousness anchor. So after about 10 to 15 minutes, a phenomenon called transient hypofrontality is going to kick in. This is basically temporarily, so 50 to 60% less blood flow to your cerebral cortex up here, your thinking analytical mind, your monkey mind. So basically, it's like you're going to start feeling like you're in a deep meditation. And my mom has a perfect quote for it. She said it's like taking a vacation from your mind. So basically, you're going to be breathing yourself to a point where there's no more thoughts left in your head. Ideally, you might still have a few floating around in there, but you're going to find it's a lot quieter than it normally is. And you're going to be in a state of theta then. You're going to be literally in your subconscious at that point, just inside your body, just watching what's happening. And this is where the magic happens. This is, under the state of theta. So it's similar to being like in a light hypnotic state, like the state where you're in, like from the age of like 2 to 8. So you're in your subconscious, access to all your trapped energy and emotions in there. But now you're in here intentionally, and consciously cleaning up shop. See, I'm going to be, I'll be helping to guide you in this place, helping you to clean up any limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering beliefs and self-love and inner strength. It kind of works like a vacuum. Once you get rid of a limiting belief you don't want in there, something that you do want can come in and take that place now, but you got to make room. The subconscious either accept it or reject it based on relativity to you. If it's something that makes sense to you and actually like resonates, it's going to take it in, it's going to accept it. But if it doesn't, it's out the window. Yeah, so make room, empty your cup. You got to go into this with an open mind. You're also going to find yourself in the limbic brain when you're in here. So the limbic brain is basically the seat of our nervous system. Basically, that's we're going to be inside of our nervous system. We're going to be consciously observing what's happening in here. We have direct access to all your trapped energies and all your trapped emotions in there. And, you know, the power and access to release any shit that's been stored up in there. So just remember the soda bottle analogy. We're just getting in there, finding everything, shaking it up, and just setting it free. Once again, remember, your only job is to breathe. That's all you got to do. So emotional. So emotions are energy in motion, right? So this technique is basically getting in there and getting all that shit shaken up, getting in and moving, uprooted, shaking those, stirred up so I can get it out. You need to feel it to heal it. So don't judge it. Don't tell stories about it. Don't block or to push it back down. You just got to go right through it, just right into it. It takes courage to do this, but you guys are all courageous people right here. So I got no worries about y'all. Okay, you don't need to understand what's happening. The body will do all the transmutational processing work for you. Just keep breathing. So you may cry, you may shake, you may sweat, you may shiver, you may punch your chest, whatever comes up, just be with it. Just embrace it fully. It's all part of the healing process. Whatever you're doing, your body, whatever your body is doing, it's doing it for a reason. It knows what it needs to do. It's like you might have some soreness or just irritation in some part of your body, your shoulder or your back, or a lot of time your diaphragm, and you'll just find yourself unconsciously digging in there because there's something trapped in there that needs to come out. Like you'd be unconsciously going there and your body's like, so don't judge it, just go into it. Know that this is happening for a reason. You've got something there you need to let go of. So just see it for that, for what it is. So all these symptoms are a good symptom that the healing has started, like the door has been opened. We're almost done here, guys. I know it's a long intro, but I want to cover a lot of things for everybody. So let's talk about generational trauma here. This is actually super important and really mind-blowing, actually, or cellular memory. So they did a study in 2018 at Embryville College on some lab rats. So basically what they did is they put a cherry blossom inside the cage with the rat. And at the same time they introduced the cherry blossom, they administered a light electrical shock to the rat, not enough to hurt it, just enough to scare it and emit some cortisol into the rat system. So what they found was 14 generations later, by just placing a cherry blossom in the cage with the rats, those descendants of that rat all demonstrated the same cortisol, the same fear reaction response to just having that smell of a cherry blossom. So just think about that, like, wow, like all the shit like our ancestors went through, all the wars, all the rapings and pillagings, all that crazy shit that we've been living on this planet for 14 generations, it's stored in our DNA. It's literally physically a part of us. I mean, if you think about stuff like that, like maybe like I, for example, like I had a fear of spiders, phobia of spiders. Maybe one of my ancestors died from a spider bite. Maybe I watched one of my ancestors die from a spider bite, and maybe that's why that's in there. Like, it's just like, you start thinking about stuff like that, it's crazy. Like, so we're not just like showing up to heal ourselves today. We're literally healing from the womb to the tomb, like generational stuff, going back 14 generations. And this is for like healing for like, once we get this shit out of us, this is like healing our children and our children's children. So it's just like, it's huge what we're doing today. So if that's not enough motivation to show for yourself, then just think about that. So it's just huge. So next one, here we go. So this is a very important part of this whole process here. It's a scream. So we're gonna be doing a massive somatic scream tonight. So basically, I want you to think about this journey we're going on like an arc. So basically, we're going to start out kind of slow with the music and the momentum, and then we're going to be building intensity as we go. Once we reach the peak, we're just going to let out a massive scream. Basically, it's like once we got all that shit stirred up, we got to let it out. It's like popping the cork on a champagne bottle, and that's what I want you to see. It's like a celebration. Like you're getting all that shit stirred up, massive screaming, somatic release party, and you guys are all invited. So it's if you don't want to scream, that just means that you have to scream because you probably need it more than most. You just got to get that shit out of you. And if you're in a place where you can't scream, you have small children or something around, then just put a pillow on your face. Whatever you can do, but don't hold back on it because this is huge. This is make or break here. You could go without the scream, but you're not going to have the massive release. Trust me, it's so therapeutic. There's actually like scream therapy where people just scream just to get the shit out of them. So doing it like this, where we're slowly building it up with the theatrical music and everything, it's going to increase the power behind it. So really lean into it on this one. So this is how the scream's going to play out. So first, I'm just going to ask you to take a big inhale and hold it. And then on my count, I'll count down from 3. I'll have you just let out a massive scream, and I'll even do a little scream with you guys. And once you scream all the air out of you, like literally every last drop of air you're putting into that scream, when all the air is out of you, then you're going to hold on the exhale and just be with it until I tell you to breathe again. It's a very important part of the process. So contraindications. So like I said, no one's died from doing this. It's like one of the safest healing modalities out there. But if you're like on any heavy medications or diagnosed with a serious mental disorder or pregnant or a heart condition, like you've had a heart attack in the past 5 years, high blood pressure, any of that, I wouldn't say don't do this. I would just say take it easy on yourself, go light. You actually, like, pregnancy is probably like the one thing you don't want to mess around with because you can actually prematurely induce pregnancy. Birthing. So that might be the one thing that might kind of want to talk to a doctor before. Like I said, like severe mental disorders, they did that study on holotropic breathing, which is like way gnarlier than what we're doing tonight. Like it's just crazy loud music for like 3 hours straight. And there was no negative aspects of it all. It was all just having a great time. Well, not having a great time, but they're all having like really positive feedback. So it's a very safe practice. But if you do feel like not super comfortable with it, then just go like maybe half speed through your nose. But you guys are all pretty healthy here, so you should be just fine to go all in. Okay, so next, the technique. We're almost there. So it's going to be a 2-part breathing exercise, a circular breathing. So 80% into the belly, 20% up into the chest, and just letting go. Like no force on the exhale. It's just letting the air fall out. So I'll give you a little demonstration of what it looks like. So basically, oh, where did I go? There I went. So that's basically what you want it to look like. So we're going to start out slow. So you kind of just get the feel of it.
Background's making it so we couldn't see you, Caleb.
Oh, okay. So let me do that again.
Background is flipping you in and out.
Can you see that?
Yeah, sort of. You're kind of, you know what I mean? When the background goes weird because you've got a background on, it's
Yeah.
making you disappear.
Okay. Think, how's that?
Yep.
Oh.
Nope.
All right. See that?
You didn't swallow a snake?
Nope, not yet. All righty. So that's what it looks like. So basically, let's just try it for right now. Just put one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest, and just breathe into the belly, up in the chest, and just kind of feel how it expands. Just kind of get a feel for it. So into your belly, up into the chest, and just letting the air fall out. Into the belly, up into the chest, and just let the air fall out. No force on the exhale, just letting the air fall out. We're going to start out slow and kind of just get that rhythm. As the music progresses, I'm going to be coaching you guys to push it a bit more. But for the first couple songs, just kind of get the feel of the technique. Just make sure you're breathing nice and deep into your diaphragm, into your belly, just letting go. If that's too hard or it's too complicated to breathe like that, just breathe however it feels natural to you, but just make sure you breathe deep. And I see you, Amy. I'll get you in a second here. Actually, that's where we're at right now. Questions, and Amy's got her hand up. Please go.
As far as contraindications, some of the other things that I've seen about breath work, they say bipolar is not one of the ones that's a contraindication. Is this kind of breath work? Is that one in it?
So this is great. I just actually have this question came up in my class last night. So it is not. It's totally safe. We're talking about like schizophrenia or like really like serious mental disorders. Like, but even though like that holotropic breathwork study they did, that was like all those type of people, literally psych wards.
What's
So
the difference between holotropic and this kind? What's the name of this kind?
this is transformational breathwork. Holotropic is like 3 hours long. It's really loud, like they're just playing just like crazy music, basically trying to drown out all the screaming and all the stuff that's going on. So it's extremely intense, really intense. This is a much mellower sort. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a version of that, it's a different style. It's more of a journey rather than just like chaos.
Cool.
Yep. Tina.
Okay, so we're breathing through our mouth the whole time, right?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But you come into something that seems too scary or too much, or we're cramping and we don't like it, then we just stop and breathe through our nose.
Or just slow it down a little bit. I wouldn't try and fully come out of the breathing practice. Just maybe just don't gas it so hard. So just start breathing, just keep going just as deep, but just go slower. And usually you'll find that's all it takes. So yeah, when you run into tetany, when you're kind of like, you're just like going for it too fast. So that's why I'm going to be coaching you, just like slowly building it up. But something, it's totally safe. I advise you to lean into it. It's going to be a little uncomfortable, might be painful at sometimes, but it's something you're going to get through. But if you do feel like it's just too much, then yeah, just do the slow and low through the nose until kind of it goes away, and then just come right back in.
And thank you. And then the other question again is, I'm still not clear because I think I've done this breath and people have called it 3-part breathing.
Yep, I think it's been called that too. Yeah, we've been
And then
calling it
2-part breathing.
Yeah, well, 2 parts, so like 2 into the belly, and the third part will be the exhale. So yeah, it's been called, you can call it 3-part as well. So same thing.
2-part, 3-part, and then you're calling it transformational breath.
Well, this transformational is more just the whole journey that we're going to be doing. It's not necessarily the breathing technique, because there's many types of breathing techniques we can do. We can do like Tumo, this 2-part or 3-part, if you want to call it, rebirthing breath too. You can call it, we can do. This is just a breathing technique I chose for this because I like how deep it goes. It's basically transformational breath work, is just this type of journey we're going on tonight.
So it's an intention that you set within for it. Yeah. And the okay.
So
Thank
then,
you.
Yep, no problem. And Laurel.
Hey everybody. I wanted to ask, you talked about, because you go over the 90-second rule again. I don't know if you meant 90-second rule. You were just saying like try to at least do 90 seconds a day of breathing. Is that what I heard? And then secondly, my second question was, you talked like, do you have the ambiance? Should we kind of have it dark? You said put on headphones. I'm sorry, blindfold, you suggested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the 90-second rule, that's basically just being conscious of your breathing for 90 seconds can help you process most common emotions like anxiety, overwhelm, stress, things like that you come up in your daily routine. If you can just do like a coherent breathing, like I'm going to be showing here in a minute, you just do that type of breathing exercise, you can just literally process yourself, breathe yourself through that process if you can be conscious of your breath for that 90 seconds. And as far as the ambiance, yeah, so basically you want to be as comfortable as possible, like something covering your eyes. I suggest using headphones. It just adds to the whole effect of it. You can, because just really, it's all about internal journey right now. We're just going inside. So as least distraction as possible, as comfortable as possible, nice and dark space, and just ready for the ride.
Thank you.
All righty. Anybody else? Any questions? How are we feeling?
Are you gonna walk us through the breathing technique again, Caleb, as we're starting? Because I missed some of what you said.
Yep. As we so you have an idea of how the actual breath is, though, right? You've got it. You try to put your hands on your belly and stuff, and you kind of, you know, it feels. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So
I know that I'm not a very good breather. Like when people tell you to breathe in and breathe out and stuff, I'm usually doing the opposite. And same with
Well,
any aerobics and stuff. I'm doing the opposite usually. So I know that I have a hard time in yoga and things like that. When you're supposed to be breathing in, I'm usually breathing out and stuff. So it'll be
well, you can't
fun.
screw this up. So
Right.
you're gonna do great.
Right.
It's pretty straightforward. Yeah. So I'll get you guys going here when we start doing the breathing. Like I said, like the first song here, it's just going to be kind of setting intention, and then we're just going to be slowly moving into the breath work, and we'll get going on it. All right. So just a second, I'll blow everything up here. I'm going to turn my camera off, but whoa, there we go. Good. All right, can you guys hear the music? You got it? Perfect. All right. Here we go. So just laying down now, getting comfortable. I just want you to focus on how you're breathing right now. How does it feel to breathe? Feel how your lungs expand and contract with each inhale and exhale. Notice how the air feels a little cooler as it enters and a little warmer as it exits. Notice the subtleties of the breath. Be aware of the fact that you are breathing and you're conscious of that fact. Now begin to breathe in through your nose and exhale through your nose. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Keep that rhythm slow, low, and deep into your diaphragm. Just keep focusing on the breath as you pull it in slowly through your nose, deep into your diaphragm, up into your lungs, and just slowly letting it slip away at a steady pace. In for 5, out for 5. Keep going. You guys are doing good. This is called coherent breathing. It aligns the vibrational frequencies of your mind, your heart, and your nervous system. You're activating homeostasis inside your system right now with this breathing exercise. This is also your brake pedal in today's journey. If you need a break, you need to back out. So now it's time to set some intention for today's journey. What is it you want to see more of in your life? What would you like to have an overflowing abundance of in your reality? What do you want to be the source of? See that thing in your mind's eye. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? What things would be possible from you from this place? Paint a beautiful picture of it with the presence of imagination. Einstein said, more important than knowledge is a good imagination. Know that the message has been sent and that the thing is as good as here. Feel the gratitude for it. That's it. Just hold the gratitude here in your heart and that thing in your mind. And know with your next exhale, just surrender and just let it go. Just let it go and fall from your mind and put your attention back on your breath. In for 5, out for 5. Slow and low through the nose. Breathe the awareness back to the present moment. Now I want you to pull up something that you're done with. Something you've been struggling with for a long time now, but you just can't seem to let go of or heal. I want you to really see it, to really feel it, because you need to feel it to heal it. Let this be the day you're done with it. Let this be the day that you heal it. We are drawing a line in the sand right here, right now. Breathe that in. Make a commitment to yourself right now to go all in, to give your 100% for these next 45 minutes. You can give your 100% to anything for 45 minutes. Now let's make this commitment to yourself. And with your next exhale, just let it go. Let it go and surrender to the breath. Surrender to the fact that your willingness to face it is the same as your willingness to let it go. Just come back to the breath. In for 5, out for 5. Back to homeostasis. Back to the now. Back home. Just breathe. Just breathe. Now we've decided what we're leaving behind and what we're taking on this journey with us. Your bags are packed and you are ready to go. So buckle up, Buttercup, because Kansas is going bye-bye. And now we're going to begin the breathing technique in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Into the belly, up into the chest and out. Just exhale and let it go. Keep one hand on the belly and one on the chest right now. Just feel that expansion into the belly, up into the chest, and let it go. Just set the rhythm. Deep into the belly. Feel the sides of your belly expand, the front, the back, up into the chest and out. Just let it go. Let's begin slowly now. Just kind of get the feel of it. Set the rhythm into the belly, belly up into the chest, and just letting go. You're doing good. Just find the rhythm. Once you find the rhythm, it kind of should start to feel like a wave, in and out, like the ebb and flow of waves on a shore. You're doing good. Remember, just depth over speed. Just get the feeling of the breath. Into the belly, up into the chest, and just letting go. You're doing good. Deep into the belly, up into the chest, and just letting go. Just let the air fall out. Just a surrender of the breath. Just letting it fall away. Starting out slow. We don't want to gas ourselves out too quick. This is all about the long game. You can't rush greatness. Just deep into the belly, up into the chest, and just letting go. Good work, everybody. Into the belly, up into the chest, and just letting go. Start to feel like a wave. Circular breathing. The waves on a shore. Deep into the belly, up into the chest, just letting go. Good work, everybody. Good work. Deep into the belly, up into the chest, and just letting go. This is the medicine right here, right now. With this breath that you're taking right now, you're starting the healing journey. You are the healer. Your body knows how to heal itself. You get cut, it heals. You get sick, you get better. So just breathe. It's your only job today. Just breathe.
Learning to breathe again for the first time in so long now. Learning to see again through my pride.
Into the belly, up into the chest, and just letting it go.
Learning to speak
You're doing great.
from my heart.
Good work.
Learning to be a friend for the first time. For the first time in so long.
There's no magic pill for transformation. You're going to do it right here, right now, by going all in, by showing up for yourself with this breath that you are taking right now. First couple songs are always the hardest, but that will pass. Just keep breathing in and out. You're doing great. Just keep breathing. Okay, starting to pick up the pace a little bit now. We've got the rhythm. Start to pick it up a little bit. When would be a good time to let it all go and heal? When you have to show up for yourself right now. All in, everything on the table. Into the belly, up into the chest, and just letting it go. Just let the air fall away. Good work, everyone. Doing great. Into the belly, up in the chest, and just letting it fall away. Beautiful work. You're showing up for yourselves right now. The mind might start to come in and tell you to do something else, that this is too hard. You need to adjust your microphone. You need to be, just ignore it. Just keep coming back to the breath. No matter what the mind throws at you, just keep coming back to the breath. You've got this. Your body is designed to physically, psychologically heal itself as well, so let it. Your only job is to breathe and let go. Don't let your mind distract you. Just keep bringing your attention back to the breath. Make this commitment to yourself right now to give it your all for these next 45 minutes. Prove yourself to yourself and no one else. Let's go, you got this. Into the belly, up into the chest, and just letting it go. All transformation happens in an instant. Give yourself that possibility by going all in right now. If you want it, you have to earn it right now. Just focus on full deep breaths, fully expanding your diaphragm. Feel it expand from the sides, from the front, the back, full expanding and just letting go. Today is all about letting go, just surrendering and letting go. Just letting go of all the muck, all the shit, all the heaviness inside. Just letting it all go with each exhale. Then breathing in life and possibility with each inhale. Surrender to this process. So we just let the breath fall away. Breath work isn't easy. That's why I call it work. If you're feeling resistance, own it. That's coming from you. Don't let the mind create resistance. Don't let it create stories. Just keep pushing through. Just keep coming back to the breath. No matter what the mind throws at you, just keep coming back to the breath. It's your consciousness anchor. Doing good. Good work, everyone. I see you. All the way in, all the way out. Keep breathing all the way in, all the way out. Start to pick up momentum a bit now. Starting to really feel this rhythm. You're set. Feeling that wave. Riding that wave. Good work. Good work. All the way in, all the way out. Love is the cure. You are the cure. Breathe that knowing into every cell in your body right now. Breathe it in with this breath that you're taking right now. All the way in, all the way out. Good work. Big, deep, full breaths now, all the way in, all the way out. You got this thing. You're doing great. Good work, everyone. Deep into the belly, up into the chest, and just letting it go. Surrendering to the exhale. Just let it fall away.
Do you want to know what enlightenment is?
You're resisting this, you're resisting somewhere else in your life too. If you're feeling resistance, just notice it and come back to the breath. Come back to the breath, come back home.
It's with you every moment. It's a back and forth, back and forth. Letting go of your attachment to yourself, to outcomes, letting go to the way things are.
Excellence requires discomfort. We have to be willing to be uncomfortable to grow. We have to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Big shifts are always on the other side of discomfort, always. Find your edge now and push it a bit. I'm not asking you to push yourself to physical pain. I'm just asking you to find that line of discomfort and play with it a bit. Poke the dragon, so to speak. Wake him up so you can see how it feels to fly. You guys have got this. You're doing great. Good work, everyone.
If I could let go of everything, or I could let go of right or wrong, it would get deeper and deeper. And it was amazing.
Just let it all go right now. You are bigger than your past. You are bigger than your problems. You are bigger than your mistakes. You are bigger than you can even imagine. Just let go and let this breath take you in. Let it take you home. Just breathe that knowing into you right now. I see you guys doing it. I see you going for it. Good work. Really got this thing now. Good work, everyone.
I could sense the lifetime of judgment against myself. And letting that go.
Breath is not only a path to walk, but a way to live, because it is life. It is your expression of life here in this physical form. To be conscious of your breath is to be conscious of the life that you are. It can be your guide, not only to your emotional state, but to your own healing, to your dreams. It can be a guide. It can guide you home. Home to wholeness, home to completion, home to love. Good work, everyone.
With thoughtless breath, instant bliss returns. Instant infinity, infinity, infinity.
All the way in and letting
I
go.
didn't transcend my ego. We became partners. We became teammates.
Okay, here we go. Let's get this now. Let's push this. Big, full, all-in breathing now. Get what you give. So let's give everything we've got. If you feel like quitting, just remember why you're here today. Tap into that for motivation. If you feel the resistance, own it. You put it there, so use it to your advantage. Use the resistance. There's a reason why planes take off into the wind. They use the resistance of the wind against their wings to force them into the sky. So use this resistance you're feeling right now. Feel it as a force under your wings, propelling you to new heights you never even thought imaginable. You said you were ready for change. You said you were ready for more. You said you were going to show up for yourself 100% today. Well, this is a moment to dig in, to dig deep into yourself. How you show up right now is how you show up everywhere in life. Let this be a moment to prove to yourself what you're made of. Not to anyone else, just to you. Because you deserve this. You deserve what's on the other side of that discomfort you're feeling right now. You deserve to be the best version of yourself. We've all spent too long playing small, feeling helpless, feeling weak. Well, not anymore. The person that laid down today is not going to be the same person that gets up. Make this commitment to yourself right now, with this breath that you are taking right now. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. But you have to do it. You have to claim it. No one can claim it for you. You have to go and you have to get it yourself. It's your birthright. No one can breathe for you. I can't breathe for you. Your spouse can't breathe for you. Your parents, your friends can't breathe for you. Only you can breathe for you. Only you can show up for you. If you can get through this one moment right now, you can get through anything. Make this your mantra in life, and soon you will see how powerful and unshakable you really are. When there's 100-foot seas raging around you, you want to be the tiny sailboat getting tossed around, or you want to be the cargo freighter that hardly moves. Well, then now is the time to put in the work. It's our minds that put the limitations on what we can and can't do. It's time to tear those limiting beliefs down. It's time to create new possibility for our lives. It's time to remember that we are physical beings having a spiritual experience. We're not physical beings having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience. We are creators. We create meaning, and those meanings become our reality. It's time to paint a new picture of reality, a reality where we are whole, where we are loved, where we are the healers of our own hearts, bodies, and minds. It's time to remember that we are limitless. If we can see it, we can be it. If you take in, you're breathing in more of this new reality. If you exhale, you're breathing out more of your old beliefs. Let go of that which no longer serves you. It got you here. It made you the person you are, but you are far bigger than that now. You are breaking free of the shell that once kept you safe from the world. A shell breaking in means death, but a shell breaking out means life. You are that new life emerging. You are this new infinite potential unfolding. Know who you are and who you are not. You are not your past. You are not what happened to you. You are not your mistakes. You are big enough to forgive. You are big enough to let go. You are big enough to trust in the beauty and potential inside of yourself. Let love be your compass. Breathe this into you and just let it all go. Just keep breathing. Big, deep into the belly, up into the chest, and just letting it all go. You've earned this. Just let it go. Good work, everyone. Just keep breathing. Into the belly, up into the chest, just letting it fall away. Good work. All in now, all in. How you show up right now is how you show up everywhere in life. Show up for yourself right now. You're doing great. You're safe. You're doing good. Life can come at us from so many different angles, so relentless sometimes, so fast, so full on. It almost seems like we're living at the speed of light. Well, quantum physics tells us this isn't too far from the truth. Maybe the hecticness, the overwhelm, the ceaselessness of this day and age is sculpting us, building us, forming us, transforming us into something new, something incomprehensibly big, beautiful, powerful, and perfect. Maybe that's what's happening here. Maybe that's it. Great work, everyone. I see you. I see you showing up for you. I see you showing up right now for the best, highest version of you. You're doing it. You're being it right now with this breath you are taking right now. Beautiful work. Let's go. You know what to do. It's your only job. Forgive yourself for the mistakes you made on becoming the best version of yourself. Maybe it's time to stop focusing on the size of your problems and start focusing on the size of you. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. What if the harder your life has been, the stronger it has made you? What if the darker your path has been, the sweeter sensation of light on your face? What if everything you ever looked for out there in the world, what if you were the source of that this whole time? What if the quality of your questions was more important than the certainty of your answers? You know what to do. Just keep breathing. That's your only job today. Just keep breathing. Let's go. Let's get this right now. Let's push it deep into the belly, up into the chest, and just letting it go. You guys are doing great. You know, this is where it starts to get uncomfortable, but this is where you got to dig in. You got to lean into it right now and get what you give. The more you go now, the more reward you're going to see on the other side of this. You got to lean into the discomfort. You guys are doing great. All the way into the belly, up into the chest, and just letting it go. Just let the air fall away. Good work, everyone. We've all spent too long running from this pain, running from the things that scare us, running from our own darkness, running from the demons we're all carrying around inside. But we've run long enough now to realize that no matter where we run to, there we are. We can't escape ourselves. It's time to stop running. It's time to stop all the hiding. It's time to turn around 180 degrees and look our fears, our pain, and our darkness right in the eyes. We're drawing a line in the sand right here, right now. No more. Say this with me now. I choose to face my demons. I choose to face my darkness. I choose to heal because I deserve peace. I deserve love. Good work. You're doing great. Good work, everyone. I see you. Every adversity carries with it the seed of equal or greater opportunity. Find the seed of opportunity inside of you, the opportunity for more beautiful tomorrow. The practice of forgiveness is our most important contribution in healing the world. But we have to heal our own inner world first. We have to put on our own oxygen mask and put anyone else's on. We have to go first because that's what leaders do. So lead now with this breath. Let your breath be your guide on this journey right now. Don't be scared of what it takes you or what it shows you. You got this. All the way in, big deep breath right now. Into the belly, up in the chest, and just letting it go. Don't hold back on me. Here we go. Good work, everyone. Good work. Forgiveness is healing, especially forgiving yourself. The weak can never forgive. Only the strong can forgive. The fact that you are here now, that you are still here, shows that you are strong. Shows that you're strong enough to break all the chains that have held you for all these years. Strong enough to change. Strong enough to grow, strong enough to expand, strong enough to face your fears, strong enough to step into your greatness, strong enough to love every aspect of yourself unconditionally, strong enough to be the best version of yourself, strong enough to heal. Come on, you've got this. Let's go right now. We're all in right here, right now. You've got this. Good work, everyone. Digging in right now. Whatever discomfort you're feeling, just lean into it. Breakthroughs are always on the other side of discomfort. But you got to go for it. You got to get it right now. Good work, everyone. All right, let's get this thing. Let's get this right now. It's time to really lean into it. Really lean into that discomfort. Really dig in. Sometimes to get to the breakthrough, you have to be willing to break down first. We have to be willing to illuminate the parts of ourselves that we're afraid to look at, the parts of ourselves that we deny, the parts that we have held us in this constant holding pattern of self-judgment, of shame and denial. That is not who you are.
Are you in bed, boy?
That is not who you are. That is just
The phone if I call you and you're in bed.
I'm doing a class.
Oh, hello. Oh, okay.
the programming.
Today.
The
I'll call you
programming
back.
has us all
Thanks.
believing that the self-love is an
Okay.
insanely fucking difficult challenge. Turns out we've been lied to our whole lives. Ready to rewrite the script, ready to override the programming, ready to move on all this living stage, being hijacked of your happiness and joy, letting it all go right now, all in. Good work, everyone. Thank the distractions and just come straight back into it. We're obviously making headway. That would not have happened otherwise. Beautiful. We love it. You can't stop us now. This isn't about the promise of who we're going to become in the future. That path is an endless cycle that leads nowhere. But who we are today, right here, right now, with all their so-called mistakes and errors, we can forgive that right now. That was just meant to teach us and make us stronger. Our breath is the key to unlock this door. Our breath is the key to our salvation. As you are taking these big, deep breaths in, let every breath in be with intention, and every breath out be of release. Just let go. That's it. You're doing it. This level of healing isn't for everyone, not yet. This level of healing takes courage. It takes the heart of a true warrior. A warrior of peace, a warrior for love, a warrior unafraid of change, a true leader. It takes you, the real you. So you got this right now. All in. Big, deep breaths all the way in and just letting go. Letting go of what you're not. Beautiful work, everyone. I see you. Good work. Good work, everyone. All the way in the belly and just letting go. We're making the unconscious conscious here today, out of the shadows and into the light. That is how we connect with our superpower. We bring into the light of our conscious awareness. We see it for what it is. Simple as that. We just see it, accept it, love it, and let it go. Love is always simple, so don't complicate this. Just breathe. Just breathe and just let it all go. That's your only job here today. And you're doing it. I see you. You're showing up right now for yourselves. Beautiful work, everyone. All right, this is it, everyone. The time has come. We're standing on the edge of that precipice. Time to jump and feel our wings grow as we fall into those depths. You put in the work and now it's time. What is that one thing that's been holding you back all these years? What is that one thing that you just can't seem to let go of, that you just can't seem to get past? Bring it to the surface now. It takes courage to face it, to look at it. I want you to really feel it, because you need to feel it to heal it. Find it and bring it into the light. See it through the eyes of truth. See it through the eyes of forgiveness. See it through the eyes of love. For anything held in love itself becomes love. No more telling stories about it. No more hiding from it. It does not define you. You define you. You have created the meaning to this story, but now you're editing the story. You are making a new meaning for how your life is going to be from now on. You are making this decision right here, right now, with such power and conviction that the body will respond to a new mind, because you have made up your mind. You have put in the work, and now it's time to let it all go. So, okay, on my count, The count of 3, we're going to take in a big inhale. 3, 2, 1, inhale, big inhale and hold. Hold it, hold it. If you need to cry, then cry. If it hurts, then let it hurt. Don't hold back on me now. You've come this far, now let's go all the way. Today you showed up for yourself. You showed up to heal your past. You showed up for your future self. Rumi says, why stay in the cage when the door has always been open? Well, guess what? It's time to walk through that door right now. Right now you can make it all okay by being okay with all of it. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, just for right now. But guess what? If you can be okay with it for right now, you can be okay with it for the rest of your life. Are you ready? And on the count of 3, we're gonna let out a massive scream. All the pain, all the suffering, all the sadness, the judgment, resentment, stress, trauma, letting it all go on my count. 3, 2, 1. Ah! And hold on the exhale, hold. Don't run, don't push it back down. Hold your ground. Feel everything you're feeling and feel it fully. Just observe what is happening inside of you right now. Just feel the feeling happens. You're stronger than you can possibly imagine. You are bigger than you can possibly fathom. Be the infinite space of awareness that is watching this moment unfold inside you right now. Be with it, feel it, embrace it, love it, because it is part of you. But you are bigger than that now. Good, now recover your breath. 3, 2, 1, inhale, big inhale, and come back into the technique now. Just come back into the technique. Into the belly, up into the chest, and then go. Back into the technique, finding the rhythm again. Into the belly, up into the chest, and letting go. We're not done yet. Good work, everyone, good work. That was massive, I felt that. Good work. Reset, come back into the breath. Deep into the belly, up in the chest, and just letting go. Depth over speed. We're almost there, not yet. We're deep in the operating system now. We're taking inventory and cleaning shop. Removing the obstacles and all belief that has kept us stuck for so long. Now the obstacles removed, self-love becomes the most natural thing we can do. We have realized that we are creators of realities. We see ourselves as the creators of realities. We begin to see ourselves as divine sparks of God that we are. We create meaning, and that meaning becomes our reality. We remember that we are captains of our ships, the masters of our seas, infinite and powerful. Right now, with this breath you are taking control. You are letting it all go. You are healing right now. Good work, everyone. I see you. You're doing it. Just go. You got it. All the way in, all the way out. Good work.
I don't want to fucking breathe.
Keep breathing. You got it. Keep going. You got it. We're begun to see ourselves as divine creators that we are. From this viewpoint, we have no choice but to love ourselves. It becomes easy. It becomes natural. Not only something that is good for us, but a responsibility. So what is that thing that is left in you? That is standing in your way? What is holding you back? Find it. Feel it. Love it. And let it go. Just let it go. Good work, everyone. Keep breathing. You got it. Got the healing, you got the recipe for healing now, for true change, for self-love. You are the captain of your ship, the master of your seas. You make the meaning for your life. You have the power no one else does. It's yours, your divine birthright. And true unconditional love is who you are under everything. You are infinite, limitless, and so much bigger than your mortal mind can imagine. Believe that, know that, breathe that into you, and just let go of that which no longer serves you. Let those limiting beliefs fall from you, just as this breath falls from you, back into the nothingness whence it came. Those were never your beliefs anyways, not until you clung to them, identified with them, and made them yours. So let them go now with this exhale. Thank them for teaching you, for bringing you to this place of realization, reconciliation, and redemption. Thank them and let them go, and just let this breath go. That simple. Because love is always that simple. Beautiful work, everyone. Beautiful work. Keep going for it. You're doing good. Keep going for it. We're almost there. I know this isn't easy, but it isn't meant to be easy. Life isn't easy. If it was easy, you wouldn't be challenging yourself. You wouldn't be growing. Challenges are not part of the path. They are the path. And I see you walking the path. You're walking it right now. You're being that change by facing your fears, by finding who you are not, and stepping into the truth of who you really are. All struggle eventually leads to transcendence. We just have to keep walking the path, one foot in front of the other. That's all it takes. I know it's hard. Take another step. I know it hurts. Take another step. I know it's uncomfortable. Take another step. I know it's scary. Take another step. And right now, that step you are taking is this breath. It's as simple as that, because love is always that simple. Just breathe. Remember that you're big enough to face anything. You are big enough to face who you once thought you were. You are big enough to step into your greatness. You got this. You're doing it right now. With this breath you're taking right now, you're doing it. You're facing your fears and you're going right through them. They do not define you. You define you. Good work, everyone. Good work. Just keep breathing. Into the belly, up in the chest, and just letting it go. Just letting it fall away. We're almost there. You're doing good. You're not a victim. You're a creator. On some crazy metaphysical level, you've created every moment in your life. You created it so you could face it and overcome it. You put it there to make you stronger. Adversity is just preparation for greatness.
Yeah,
all those
fucking
moments
do it.
were gifts.
It's a fucking annoying.
Divine gifts. Just what you needed, just when you needed it. Whatever you're struggling with in your life right now, own it. You created it because you were built to be bigger than it. Radical responsibility right now. Own it, feel it, love it, and let it go right now.
It's fucking pissing me off.
Perfect, and let it piss you off. Own it. You've got this. You are bigger than this. Let's go right now. Radical responsibility. Good work, everyone. You're doing great. Own it right now. You are bigger than this. Almost there. This is a beautiful song called Forgive. Just listen and feel. Who is it in your life that you need to forgive? Is it you? Is it your partner? Is it your parents, your siblings? Is it your boss? Or just a friend who betrayed you? Is it the world? Or maybe you're just perspective of it. Give it all the most beautiful gift you can give. Give it your forgiveness. And guess who gets to heal when you do that? That's right. You do. Good work, everyone. I can see a rest with the king. Let it shine unbounded. Out of the mouth comes the water. Out of the earth came a daughter. All I hear is to forgive. Good work, everyone. Lead us into patience. They drew the myths on the sea.
it rain down for a healing. I know this is ancient. Well, I love you and I mean it. Hey, little child, can you feel it? Let it come full circle. I'm giving up on separation. Now it's time that we face it. All I hear is to forgive.
Okay, we're gonna do another big breath hold here on my count. Big inhale on 3, 2, 1. Big inhale and hold. No scream now. Just hold it. Just feel. Feel this gift that you've given yourself today. Gift of forgiveness. Gift of self-love. This gift that you are. Just hold. Count of 3, 2, 1. Just let it go. Exhale. No air in your lungs. Just hold. No air in your lungs. Just hold now. Just feel.
Forgive everything that has ever happened. Life is everything we can imagine, laid out in patterns of pain and passion. You cannot control it, so keep your compassion. There are no accidents. There are no factions, there is no us and them, nothing to borrow or lend, no enemy or friend, and only forgiveness can make that happen. The only battle worth the fight, from the Rwandan genocide to the Seven Sisters, forgiving Orion for how he chases them across the skies every night. Forgiveness is forgiving, so give yourself this gift from time to time. And let all of your mistakes become all of your greatest gifts in disguise.
Recovery breath in 3, 2, 1. Big inhale. Okay, good. Just let your breathing come back to normal now. Down with the technique. Bring your breath back to coherent breathing. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Slow through the nose. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 5, 4, 3, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the pace. Slow, low, and deep through the nose. Bring yourself back into homeostasis now. Set the pace. Congratulate yourselves on a beautiful part of the journey. You're not done yet, but that was the hard work. Good work. Good work, everyone. Slow, low, and deep through the nose. In for 5, out for 5. Nice deep breaths into the belly through the nose. Just letting go. Beautiful work. I commend you guys for showing up for yourselves in such a powerful way today. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of commitment, a lot of willpower to do what you just did. We're not done yet, but that was the tough work. We got the tough work out of the way. Still have a little bit of ways to go on this journey here together today. We're going to bring it home now. Let today be the turning point in your life, the launch pad into your next level. Remember this moment right here, right now. Remember how it feels to be triumphant, to take massive action, to take radical responsibility for your life. That is freedom you're feeling, my friends. Freedom to be who you are without hiding any aspect of yourself. Freedom to love you exactly how you are. Freedom to simply be and to be happy. You have earned every bit of this moment, so bask in it. Soak it all up. Beautiful, beautiful souls. Just keep breathing. In for 5, out for 5. Good work, everyone. In for 5, out for 5, slow and low through the nose. A little bit further to go today in our journey together. This is the mellow part. We're bringing our bodies back into a state of homeostasis right now because we choose to do so. We have the controls now. We are the captains of our ships. We are the masters of our seas. Breathe that knowing into you right now, this breath, into your belly, up into your chest, and just let it go. In through the nose and out through the nose. Good work. That's it. Keep that slow, low, deep breathing going in through the nose and out. Just let that love and peace and relaxation take you over inside. This is who you are. This is who you've always been. Just forgot. Slow, low, and deep into the belly. Feel your diaphragm expanding. Feel it expanding from your sides, from the front and the back. Deep, slow, beautiful breath. Breathe in that precious gift that life is, that air is. Breathe that into you now. Good work. So you're doing great. Stay with the breath. Let your mind stray. Keep bringing your mind back to the moment, to the breath. Nice and slow through the nose. Let the air just fall away. Good work. In for 5, out for 5. Keep the rhythm, keep that pace. Doing great. Nose and out through the nose. Nice and slow. Keep it slow, keep it peaceful. The rhythm. Good work, everyone. You're almost there. Big, deep, beautiful breaths in through the nose. Good work. In for 5, out for 5. Just keep bringing your awareness back to the breath. Don't let the mind pull your mind. Just keep coming back to the breath. Just keep relaxing and enjoying what you're feeling inside right now. You've earned this moment. Slow, low, and deep through the nose. In for 5, out for 5. That's it. Just feel that peace inside your body, that love that you're the source of. Beautiful work, everyone. I see you.
Let your love flow down. Let it fall to the ground. Therein lies the roots, reaching for the stream.
Stay with the breath. Don't stray. Keep coming back to the breath. Awareness training. Breath is your home. It's the life that you are.
To the river wide and strong. It won't take long. We can all go together.
Good work.
We just hold on.
To the nose, out through the nose. In for 5, out for 5. Keep the rhythm. Good work.
Rise from the ashes like a phoenix sun, learning to flow, searching for love. You know that I can't get enough. Oh,
If you're feeling resistance, just keep coming back to the breath.
get enough of that hope.
Good work. Oh, deep and low through the nose. Good work. Your diaphragm expanding. Open to the chest and just let it go nice and slow. Keep the rhythm. It has been said that when you find love, you will find your true self. When you have the knowledge of love, you will then feel peace in your heart. We all knew what love was when we were very young. Before we could even speak, we looked upon the world with eyes of love. We looked at our parents and we loved them. We looked at our siblings and we loved them. We looked at the world and we held it in awe and reverence as we loved it all. Love was all we knew because we were newly born into this place, fresh from the source of infinite love. But then our minds all became cluttered with beliefs, thoughts, doubts, and pain. We began to forget. The world we were born into trained us to look outside for what was always inside. For he who looks outside dreams, but for he who looks inside awakens. Awakens to what? The truth that everything is perfect, that nothing ever happened to you, it happened for you. The truth that you are the source of love, that unconditional pure love is the very fabric of your existence. You cannot lose it. You cannot separate yourself from it. All you can do is forget it. We cluttered up the doorway to our experience of love in our lives. Guess what? You just showed up for yourself today. You just showed up to remember who you really are. You just showed up to release all that clutter and to step right into love. Let it take you over from head to toe, every cell, every molecule of your body. Let it all be loved. Let you be loved by being loved, by simply remembering who you are. Amal Ravikant said, loving yourself is a practice. If you've forgotten how to do something, we'll need to practice for a while to get good at it again. Some of us have forgotten more than others, so it may take more time to practice to remember. For others, it's like riding a bike. With a little practice, they're up and riding again. Take time for you. Take time to look in the mirror and tell yourself how much you love you. You may feel silly because we do the wrong thing for so long, the right thing feels wrong. We have literally wired our minds to look in the wrong place for love for most of our lives. But we're here to change that right now. You just created a new synaptic connection in your mind with this experience. You just trained your body to a new mind. Don't let the person that gets up today be the same person that laid down. Keep putting in the work. Keep putting in the reps. Keep putting in the practice. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep showing up for love. Keep remembering who you are. Now I want you guys to pull up a memory of a time when you felt gratitude. Could have been gratitude for a compliment you got from someone you loved or respected, gratitude for a loved one, gratitude for the love of a pet. Could have been for waking up this morning, or for this journey you just went on. Whatever it is, find it now. Feel the gratitude that you felt in that moment. Really feel it. Let it take you over inside. I want you to see that image right in front of you. See it encapsulated in a halo, a ball of light. See it in as much detail as you can. Feel it. Feel it viscerally. What were you wearing? What smells are present? Paint the picture in your mind. Do you see it clearly? Beautiful. Now with pierced lips, I want you to suck that image into you with your next inhale. Suck it in like you're sucking it in through a straw. Feel it fill you up inside. Feel it radiating to every cell in your body. Feel it take you over inside. And now, this exhale, just let it go. Just let it go. Now I want you to remember a time when you felt free, truly free, without a care in the world. Maybe it was on that trip you took, or that time you tried something new and adventurous for the first time. See that image in front of you now. See with that same halo of light around it. Feel the feelings you felt then, how limitless you felt, how unstoppable, how alive. See the experience in all its detail. Construct that picture clearly. Feel the light. You have it? Good. Now with pierced lips, I want you to suck that bubble of light experience into your body. Suck it into you and feel it charging every cell in your body with new life, with new energy, with new possibility. That's it. Feel it. Good. And now, with your next exhale, just let it go. Just let it go. Now I want you to do something for me. I just want you to recognize what you just did with the power of your intention, imagination, by simply remembering. You have the power within you to heal, to love, to forgive, to be whole. I want you to see your power as a great ball of light now right there in front of you. See it and feel it in its totality and immensity. And just like before, with pierced lips, I want you to suck it all in, all of it, all the way down, all the way in. Feel this power of yours permeating throughout your body, from your lungs out into your torso, to your arms and your legs, up your spine to your head, to your fingers and toes, to every cell in your body. Feel it. This is who you are. Never forget who you are. Perhaps the quality of your questions is more important than the certainty of your answers. What if every day of your life was like the page in the book of your life? And here you find yourself in this page of your life today, here in this chapter of your life, this chapter you've been living for so long now. What if today was the last page of that chapter? What if today you showed up to finish this chapter, to end that chapter forever? What if today you started a new chapter entitled Forgiveness, Self-Love, and Remembering? What if you found a powerful pen, your father's pen, and you began to write a new story in the blank pages to come? What if you could skip forward in the pages and you saw your future self looking back at you? Go now from this place of love in your heart. Go forward into your future and find the version of yourself that has already transcended this chapter. Turn the pages of your life. Turn them with each breath you take in, every breath bringing you closer to them. So close you can see them. So close you can hear them. So close you can smell them. So close you can touch them. And now that you've made contact, embrace them with all the love that you feel in your heart right now. What do you think he might say to you right now? Maybe, just maybe, you might say, I love you, I see you, and you've got this. Just follow your heart, follow love, because love would never lead you astray. Accept those words of love because you know them to be true. Accept them into your heart, for that same love that spoke to you to them there is speaking them to you now. Space and time have no hold over the infinite nature of your soul, and this love is the nature and language of your soul. Do you remember the day you were born? The day that a piece of this infinite quantum field was squeezed into the tiny little shape of you? The day that endless love and connection to all things was placed in your finite form? We literally existed in a different state of mind then. We spent the first 2 years of our beautiful lives in a state of delta. We lovingly sponged up every detail of reality. We lovingly accepted everything that entered into our reality too, because we were pure love, pure acceptance, pure observation, assimilation, and presence, straight from the source. Your conscious mind only has access to the experiences you've had in alpha or beta, or if you're lucky, a few fleeting moments of gamma. But you're in your subconscious mind right now. And in here, you have access to everything you've ever experienced. The subconscious mind is 1,000,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind, and so too is its storage capacity. So go now. Find a memory of yourself when you were very young. Too young to remember from your conscious mind, from your egoic memories. Go find a moment, but make it a beautiful one. For what kind of dream would you dream if not a beautiful one? Find you, the baby you. Find that moment and find it fully. Find it from this place of love in your heart. Feel it and remember it. If you need to use your imagination for this process, that's fine too. But anything that you imagine has a potential to be reality. And guess what? The body doesn't know the difference. The body's experiencing this moment regardless. What would you say to this infant you? What would your soul convey to the soul of that child? What would you tell them? Perhaps that you love them? Of course you would. What would you tell them? Would you tell them that you see them? That you truly see them? You would indeed. What advice would you give them, knowing the road ahead of them? Maybe you might tell them, you've got this. Just follow your heart, follow love, because love would never lead you astray. Say it out loud. Say it with me. Say it with all the love that you are feeling in your heart right now. I see you. I love you. Just follow your heart. Follow love, because love will never lead you astray. Send that message with such love, such intention, such power and faith that it traverses the very boundaries of space and time. You've met you, both past, present, and future. The loop has been closed, the circle completed. You are you, the one you have been looking for your whole life, the one who has come to complete you, the one who has come to save you, the true you. So always be true to you. And remember, the only job here in this life is to be you. Everyone else is already taken. Beautiful work, everyone. You can go back to breathing however you like. Just enjoy this state you're in right now. Just enjoy where you're at. Whatever's coming up inside of you. Just be with it. Embrace it. Love it. This is beautiful you. Beautiful, perfect you right here, right now.
Illusion. And you understand that black implies white, self implies other, life implies death, or shall I say, death implies life, you can feel yourself not as a stranger in the world, not as something here on probation, not as something that has arrived here by fluke, but you can begin to feel your own existence as absolutely fundamental. What you are basically, deep, deep down, far, far in, is simply the fabric and structure of existence itself. So, say in Hindu mythology, they say that the world is the drama of God. God is not something in Hindu mythology with a white beard that sits on a throne and that has royal prerogatives. God in Indian mythology is the self, Satchidananda, which means Sat, that which is, Chit, that which is consciousness, that which is Ananda is bliss. And in other words, what exists, reality itself, is gorgeous. It is the plenum, the fullness of total joy. Wow-wee. And all those stars, if you look out in the sky, as a firework display like you see on the 4th of July, which is a great occasion for celebration. The universe is a celebration. It is a fireworks show to celebrate that existence is. Wow-wee. And then they say, but however, there's no point just in sustaining bliss. Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time. Or any length of time you wanted to have. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. You would have every kind of pleasure you could conceive. And after several nights of 75 years of total pleasure each, you would say, well, that was pretty great. But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control. Well, something is going to happen to me that I don't know what it's going to be. And you would dig that and come out of that and say, wow, that was a close shave, wasn't it? And then you would get more and more adventurous, and you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now. You would dream the dream of living the life that you are actually living today. That would be within the infinite multiplicity of choices you would have, of playing that you weren't God. Because the whole nature of the Godhead, according to this idea, is to play that he's not. The first thing he says to himself is, man, get lost. Because he gives himself away. The nature of love is self-abandonment, not clinging to oneself, throwing yourself out, as in, for example, in basketball, you're always getting rid of the ball. You say to the other fellow, have a ball, see? And that keeps things moving. That's the nature of life. So in this idea then, everybody is fundamentally the ultimate reality. Not God in a politically kingly sense, but God in the sense of being the self, the deep down basic whatever there is. And you're all that, only you're pretending you're not.
Beautiful work, everyone. Well done. Well done. And we have touchdown. Just enjoy the state you're in right now. Just basking it. Good work.
Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Beloved child, my heart is yours. Beloved child, go out and open doors with your love, with your faith, with your compassion, with your grace, oh, with your grace. Beloved child, you are the light of the world. Beloved child, go out, spread light to the world. Be strong, be kind, be brave. Know your mind, know that you're divine. Know that it's alright to be afraid. Know that you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released.
Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Dhana dhana Guru Ram Das. 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 Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released.
All right, everybody. That concludes the journey. Y'all made the journey through your heart. Anybody have anything they'd like to share?
Yeah, I know
Come again?
in a little bit.
Can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a bathroom break and be right back.
Yeah.
Thank you, Caleb.
Yep, no worries. Good work. I know that was difficult. It's a gnarly journey.
I thought I had my thing on mute.
It was perfect.
Sorry about that.
No, it was perfect. It was perfect. Yeah, no worries. Just rolled with it.
That song about forgiveness, I need to have that so that I can listen to it a lot.
Yeah, it's a powerful song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every time I listen to it, like I tear up. It's just. Can you guys hear that feedback? Is that just me?
Now I can just hear you and the music.
Perfect. Okay, good. I get some feedback right now and again. Yeah, it's I'll I'll make the soundtrack available.
And you're gonna make the recording too?
Yep, I'm gonna get the recording up in the village so everybody has access to it. Yeah, it's a crazy one, huh? It's
Yeah, it pisses
sure.
me off. It
Yeah.
was like totally pissing me off. Like I was like, I don't want to fucking do this. I'm like totally
Yeah.
was ready to quit. I was like, this is stupid. Ah!
Yeah. No, see, that's it right there. That's showing up for yourself. That's doing the work, because everything in you was telling you no. Everything in you was saying, no, I cannot do this, but you fucking just went through it. That's it right there. That's massive. Dude, awesome. Let me turn my video on. There I am. I'm back. Yeah, that was great. Oh, I'm gonna stop recording now. Where do we go here? I know it's getting late for you guys.